So it ain't no one man band.
No, it's all of us.
It's all
As
of us.
in all as in one. We,
Yeah.
all of us as in one.
You know.
Not this side and that side. All of us.
So as individuals who come together to make the collective, right? We all pledge to do our share.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So our share is what we do as individuals in our daily life, right?
Yeah.
And whatever we achieve in our daily life, we ought to take the fruits of that labor and contribute those fruits to the collective for the
That's right.
overall acceleration of the organization and
That's right.
all those that we deal with.
That's right.
Yeah. Because the essence of the vision is legitimacy.
Exactly.
You can't have the vision without being a legitimate counterpart.
Because what
You know?
happens is if you're trying to mix the vision with something illegal, what happens is that the government comes along and say, see, we told y'all this was nothing but a front.
Yeah.
And
And
see,
now
this
you
is
have
why this book is written so that people can be able to see the real from the fake.
yeah.
Okay, now I have a question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I'm a civilian, right? A
Yeah.
neutron. I have no affiliation whatsoever with any organization. I but my neighborhood has affiliations, various kinds. I get the blueprint. I read it. I like what the blueprint is talking about. I can see myself involved in those activities spoken of in the blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't want to be a member of the organization, but I want to govern myself according to those teachings in the blueprint.
Right.
As a civilian and or citizen, however you like to word that, how would I present myself in the fashion of doing that without being labeled a member of the organization?
Through your ABA.
Through your ABA.
Okay. And the reason I pose that question is because I know a lot of times, like for example, I've done community outreach, and a lot of the guys that I've dealt with and females have done community outreach, and people would like to help us and would like to be involved, but they don't want to be identified as members of the organization.
And they can do that.
Yeah.
But a
It's
lot now, I'm aware of this, but I
yeah,
want the
it's
information
still
better
on
to the public
page
because
6.
they fear accidentally being identified.
What do it
Yeah.
say? What do it I just read it say
Page
the
6 it says
this
this
book.
book,
Read
the
it.
blueprint of a new concept, is written and dedicated to all people who believe in and support our struggle for progress through positive growth and development.
Mm-hmm.
It's for all people. You don't have
Understood.
to be a member. Society is not members of growth and development, but they are a part of the process of growth and development.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we have to compete at society's fast-paced growth and development.
And I posed that question because I was the very same thing. I was explaining to an individual, and they agreed with the blueprint was talking about. Everything they agreed with it, but they didn't want to deal with the teachers because they felt they would be identified as being a member of the organization because the association thing. They didn't want to be associated with the organization, but they wanted to go with the teachings.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made them reluctant.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people, and I'm gonna use religion as an example. A lot of people agree with Islam and they understand Islam, but they don't want to be identified as a Muslim. But
Yeah.
they agree with the teachings.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the Christian background, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we know what the blueprint says about the one creative force. Whether
Right.
you worship God, Buddha, Allah, whatever the case may be. I like things, I understand things that's written in the Quran. I understand that's written in the Circle 7 Quran. But at the same time, when you think about our teachings, it says that that first word that sticks out to me is universal.
Mhm.
What universal mean?
You know what I'm
What's
saying?
the
Like that.
what's the root word? What's the root word?
Like you think about universe. You got uni,
And what do
one,
unit mean? What do verse mean?
and then you have verse,
And what is that?
a script.
One script. One script. One word.
What? You
That's
know,
it.
think about it. Yeah, that's
That's
it.
it. That's it. One. Oh no. It's one voice.
Yeah.
It's one. That's why they say the universal laws of existence. One set
Yep.
of laws of existence. That's it.
Mhm.
Now, back to the blueprint. It says, when peoples are incarcerated, progress is measured mostly by how close they are to getting out. However, our thoughts about freedom begin to dissolve as soon as we are out of prison. Whoa. So that means the longest we are in prison, we measuring, you know what I'm saying, our progress by how short that we are getting.
Right.
But then once we are released, that form of measurement and progress dissolves because we don't have nothing else to look forward to because now we out. We set ourselves free or set ourselves up to think about nothing else besides getting out. And now once we out, now what?
Yep.
So now it says, because of this, most of us fail to grasp the true meaning of freedom. True freedom means to free your dome. Physically, our dome is our head. But mentally, our dome is our mind.
Right.
And that is what keeps us going and coming back and forth to prison because we're not freeing ourselves mentally.
Right.
We're mentally still in that same destructive cycle.
Right.
And then once we get back in prison, what we do? We measure our progress by how close we getting to getting home. See, I was in that repetitive cycle as well. So it took me to go to federal prison. The last time I went to prison, I said, whoa, this is it, homie.
Right.
Ain't no more after this here. This ride is over with. So when I left that day, July the 8th, 2020, I did what the little dude did in Friday. No more locked doors.
Yep.
No more locked doors. It's over with. It's done. I'm done with it. And I meant it because I had prepared myself to be right here, right now. I had prepared myself. So it says, our dome is imprisoned by our love for the past. See, we so stuck in the past, right? We are so stuck in the past. That's what our dome is imprisoned by, our love of the past. We can't get past the past. So let's go back to here. It says, the third paragraph of the preface, it says, in the process of going from the old to the new, we will have a few complications. It must be understood from the outset that we are not forgetting our past.
Yeah.
As some of you know, we have had good moments as well as bad moments in the past. We're putting our past where it belongs, behind us. Our past will serve as a motivating force that will enable us to have a glorious future. It's a necessity that we go through changes. You're either growing or dying. To stand still is to die. Our leadership has decided we will live and flourish into something
great.
So, we can't get past the past.
Nope.
So, by us not being able to get past the past, we stuck there. We can't even see growth and development.
Nope.
Because we want things to be the way it used to be, the good old days. The good old days are over.
Yep.
We have to continue to move forward. You know, and as it says here, our dome is imprisoned by a desire to be glamorous in ways that are negative to ourselves and our community. Let me read that again, because I want to read this again. Our dome is imprisoned by our desire to be glamorous in ways that are negative to ourselves and our community.
Yep.
Drug selling, pimping, stealing. You know, we want to be glamorous in that way. That's how we want to be glamorous. Killing, and we want to be famous for killing 35,000 people in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Our dome is imprisoned by our lack of initiative and determination to learn skills or make positive use of the skills we may already have. Most importantly, our dome is imprisoned by our illiteracy.
Mm-hmm.
We're illiterate.
Yep. Illiterate.
And so if anybody walking around here talking about they still believing in gangster disciples, you're illiterate.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it now. I did not say that. That's what the blueprint is saying.
Mm-hmm.
To stand still is to die. And our leadership has decided we live and flourish and it's something great. So if you standing still, that means that you're still standing on this old thought process of gangster disciple. That means you still standing on this old thought process of gang banging. That means that you are illiterate.
Yeah.
Bottom line.